Hi, thank you, Katrin, and also welcome from my side. Yeah, I want to present SocioHub today, which is our collaboration platform for the social scientists. And I brought this little agenda for my talk today. First, I want to tell you why we have SocioHub, why we have this infrastructure project, and give you a bit more background on our program and also on our funding. Yeah, the main part will be a live tour through the portal. I will just go through you with you how you start with SocioHub and what we offer for research groups, what we offer for single researcher are the profiles, and last but not least, one of the most important parts is our search system, which I will show you as well. Yeah, in the end, I will also tell you what we will develop in the future for you and what our plans are here. Yeah, the DFG, which is the German Research Foundation, they have a funding line for so-called specialized information systems, and they want to have for these kind of projects two main points to be realized. One is to offer fast and direct access to specialized literature and research relevant information. And this is what we, of course, want to provide with our platform. And on the other hand, for the DFG, it's very important to look at the users, to look at you, which are the interests of the researchers in the single disciplines when we designed the service. We also did this, so human and user-centered design is very important for us. We use several ways for this. We have an advisory board which consults us a lot. We conducted 2 large surveys on what our users actually want for the future, what kind of new functions, and also how they get along with the functions we currently have. We had one survey in 2018 and one in last year, 21, and this helped us a lot to provide the platform which we have now. Maybe some more background is that the DFG in total runs 40 of these specialized information services are running. And as Katrin mentioned before, one of these is our sister project, Pollux, is the service for political science, which is presented next week. Our project started in July 2016, and we are officially online from June 19. So we took a lot of time and resources to concept and design the platform and also choose the right technical framework for it. We had also 1 year, a little bit longer, an open beta, so many users also already start using the platform, and we could implement directly their feedback. Currently, our project is funded until October this year. Our application for the next project phase, we just handed that in a half year ago, and we are just waiting for any feedback from DFG. But we know that the DFG is highly interested to keep this kind of project and infrastructures running. They don't want to fund such services for only a couple of years. They want, if they invest, they want to make this rather a permanent service. So also, for you to know that this is not a service which is gone soon. We are very sure that this will be up for a long time. Yeah, very short one. I don't want to bore you with this, but I just want to tell you who we are in the project. We are a team from 2 institutions, from GESIS and also from the University Library of Cologne. Yeah, and I just mentioned we are funded from the DFG, by the DFG. And also one thing I want to mention is that we work together quite closely with, very closely actually, with the Sociology Association, BGS, and also the Academy. Yeah, and with this, I want to start the live tour. I want to show you SocioHub, and actually, we are already in SocioHub because we have one part of our platform is a document editor collaboratively. You can work together on Word files, Excel files, and PowerPoint files, and yeah. So I basically made this within SocioHub, but I will also show this to you later. First, when you are not registered, you will get to our landing page. Here you have a search field, and you can already start searching publications, data, yeah, platform data like persons and groups. But if you are not registered, you have limited, you get compared to registered users limited results. So what I'm going to do first is to log in and to show you how it looks for users. So first you get to the dashboard, and on the left side you have you see postings and items from users and from groups you are connected with. So this is the place where you get an overview of what is recently going on in your sociology network on SocioHub. On the right-hand side, we have some widgets, and what I want to show you today is the community news module. So we have we collect news items from sociology.de and also from GESIS, and we categorize these ones. So this is basically a news website for what's going on in sociology, general news in media. You also have job ads and call for papers, and yeah. So this is a lot to see, to actually see here. The most used part of the platform actually are the research groups. And on the top left side, you can see the research groups which you are a member of. And you can also get to the overview to see all the groups at SocioHub. And as you can see, right now we have 92 groups. I just show you one of these groups, which is the SocioHub presentation group. But this is a good way to show you what you can do in these groups. Basically, when you have a research group, and that can be all kinds of groups you can think of, like can be like an association, like sociology association, like DGS Academy group, can also be a research group, can be on like a specific topic, can be a paper club or whatever. You can have, you can just create such a page. And then we have like two main purposes of this page. One is to work together in the group. And for that, we have a couple of tools I will just show you in a second. And the other purpose is to have the group page as your website. So you can create and also edit your website really, really easily. Also the website looks good on every device, so you can also send it to a smartphone, and then the screen will look a little bit different, but like all the content is adapted to the screen size basically. Yeah, also this is a free opportunity. If you want to have a website for your project or whatever, you don't have to pay for this. This is really comfortable. And also, we, the SocioHub team, help you to, or may help you if you want to create such a page and to edit a page if you have specific questions. Yeah, for the collaboration part, the central place is the newsfeed. Here, all members of the group can basically post what they want. They can post an announcement. They can also add a file here, and yeah, you have not many limitations of what you can post here, basically. And also from the other collaboration tools, notifications are posted here automatically. So also here in this list, you have the newest stuff which is going on in your group, and also you can look back into the past. And yeah, if this group is not existing for that long, but if you have a group with a lot of content, you have kind of an archive what happened in this group. Yeah. One functionality which is also used a lot is the file module. Here you can drop and share files. By the way, all content, postings or files, you can decide individually who can see and access it. And also for the whole group, you can set who is able to see the group, can be public group, can be private group, and what kind of content you have. You can have, as I mentioned, you can drop all files, but if you drop an Office file, you can also edit it. And for this, we have an editor, which just loaded, which is more or less very, very similar to Google Docs. So if another member of the group would join this document and write something, you would directly see the editing process. Also, if you have somebody who is not part of the group and you want to share the document with, you can also click the share button, and you can share it with view or write access, and get the link and copy it, paste it. Yes, so another functionality in the groups is the calendar. Here you can add whatever kind of events you want. Like scientific events make sense for research groups. And you can have a description. You can also add files. So for instance, if you have a scientific event with some result papers or something like this, you can also drop it here, upload it here, and then you have also this archived. The last thing I want to show you today in the groups are the polls and elections. So in this module, you can have polls and elections, obviously, on any topic you want. So you can have substantial polls, like, for instance, Best Paper Award, or you can also have personal elections. That means if you have, for instance, a speaker in the group, like some other position you have in the group, you can have an election, and with this election you can be sure that this election is based on principles of elections, that is eligibility. So only those are eligible to vote who actually can vote. So the administrators can select who is eligible to vote. Equality, of course, a principle. Each voter may only vote once and with equal weight of votes. Privacy is, of course, important. No one can see who you voted or for what you voted. And also it's secure against fraud. So valid votes cannot be altered and removed. In addition, no votes can be added after an election. We have also a couple of more functions. And when you create such a group, you can basically choose what kind of tool you want to have in your group. Which one do you want to use? You don't have to use any, but you can, of course, also use all of it. One special group we have is the community group. This is a group with all currently more than 2,000 members of SocioHub. And this is a group where you can exchange with the whole community, and you can just, if you have like a new study, or like in this case, if you have a job ad, you can post it here. Or also, if you want to get feedback or something like this, you can do this, and other users can comment and of course also like your posting. The next part of the platform I want to show you is the profiles. In the profiles, you can basically present yourself and your scientific work. So this is the core functionality of the profiles, is to show what you publish. There's a publication list. You can add publications, and if you have a very long publication list, you can also highlight publications so that all users can see what for you are the most important publications. When you add a new publication to the list, then it is automatically shown in the dashboard to the users in your network. When you start using this functionality, you will have an empty list, and for that we offer you recommendations from our search system. Currently, mostly journal articles, but in future also books. Yeah, otherwise you can just add them manually. The last part I want to show you is the search system. I will just search for home office, what probably many of you do a lot currently. And here you get to our result page. We have 3 categories of what you can search for. You can search for publications, you can search for content in the platform, that is persons and research groups, and also you can search for research data. Many of our publications directly have full text available, so you see the button full text and you can directly access it. Also, we have a watch list, so you can bookmark single publications, and if a publication is not available in full text, you can use the availability function, and here you can use external services that we work together with, HBZ. That is, you can check if it's available with your university account. And Subito is that you can get the publication from other institutions, digital or also physical publications. For the publications, we also divide by articles. We have 2 result lists, one for articles and one for books. Apart from that, we have a facet where you can even more specify the search results, for instance, by year. And I guess you know that for many of the search services you know and you use. Another category is the research data. If you want to reuse data from data sets which are already available, or if you want to just take a look at this, you can also search for it at SocioHub. You can also specify your search here, and then you get to you can get download and get more information about this single data sets at the external providers. The data search, by the way, is provided by GESIS, by the GESIS search service, and includes German and also international data providers. The last category is the platform content. So here you can search for content, for posts, for public posts. If you have private posts, not here. And for users and groups, yeah, for this search term, there's not too much, only a little. But yeah, so this is also a good way to get through the platform. Yeah, with this, I want to go back to the presentation, which is here in our group, our team group. Just open the editor and go back to the presentation, which I guess takes a second now because of the Zoom recording. Normally it's way faster. So just, yeah. Yeah, what I want to finish with is the outlook, what we want to do in the future. So actually this year we already, we have some more points what we want to offer to you. First is an information package on research data and research management, which will be released soon. And we, yeah, try to try to show you information in a good way that you can directly find what you need for these topics. For the research groups, we plan to add functionalities for event planning so that you can invite and register, have a registration for your scientific event, and also to have an upload submission, very little submission system for papers or for presentation, and also the publication list, which is now available in the profiles, will be extended to the research groups. In the profiles itself, we're going to add a module for ongoing research projects. That means you have the chance not to only show what you already did in terms of scientific output, but also what you are working on, and you can also inform your network and other users what the progress is in your project. Yeah, for the search system, we will have on our list many small points to make the service more comfortable for you to use. And one of these is an email alert system that if you have a search term you're always interested in, new publications, you will be informed by email when there's something new in our system. Yeah, in the next project phase, which would be until 2025, we also have some plans for the platform. We want to the whole platform we want to connect with ORCID, so to make it possible for users to log in with ORCID and also to synchronize your publication list, so that you don't have so many places where you have to have your personal data up to date, and this will happen much more automatically then. In the search system, we will add additional data sources, especially from political science, because many sociologists also work in the field in between sociology, political science, and also the same for psychology. Yeah, a completely new thing will be research data management for qualitative data. Here we also will have the plan to add an information service, and with the quality service from University Bremen, we will also have a consultation service for this topic. Yeah, last but not least, we will also address the topic open science more. And that is that we provide information on this. And the last point is that we plan to have a pre-registration system of research projects. So many researchers fear that when they start a research that somebody else could have started it, but did not already publish some result. And yeah, so you always have the risk of a double research, and with this pre-registration system, we want to avoid this. Yeah, and with this, I want to, of course, invite you to register at SocioHub. When you register, by the way, we have to check all the registrations, and this may take up to a couple of hours or maybe days, but we are as quickly as possible. And yeah, in general, we really rely on your feedback and are curious what you think about the platform. And you are always invited to mail also if you don't, if you have any further questions apart from today's Q&A.